Matt, defeat again, but that must particularly sting, particularly after that second half.
Yeah, we've had a couple of those in this run that we're on. It feels that a lot of things are conspiring against us. It's really hard to take at the moment. Look, I'll let whoever else decide on that second goal, but I'm just fed up of getting apology letters from people about decisions that are killing us, and it's not right. It's just not right.
I mean, that one did look particularly clear, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, to you and everybody in the stadium, but not to the people at Mount.
Okay. I mean, it was almost bitter irony that you couldn't have got more luck with that goal before half time, but then that decision there and then Sam's effort towards the end, you totally lost it.
Yeah, look, it's quite clear to see some players are lacking in confidence, and I understand that, and that's my job to try and get it out of them. We get obviously a fortunate goal, however they get a fortunate goal, let's not forget that. It's 1-1, not a lot in the game. We are then on top end of the second half. John Newell could arguably score, and then I make the changes that I don't want to be unfair to anybody, but I need my best players fit, as every club does, by the way. And you saw the difference that Sam made. I thought Harry was very good considering he's 17 and it's his debut in men's football. He's got bloody knees and a scratch face and all the rest of it, but that'll do him world of good. And it were a real positive performance that hasn't got any points, and that's bitterly disappointing. But we have to look, there's things we can do better, of course there is. But in terms of the effort, the commitment, the desire, that is what we need, and we have now 3 huge games where we need to get some points on the board.
And you'll want to see more quality, like you struck for that second goal.
I know it's there, and that's been my frustration all season, really. I think I've been able to put like what I'd foresee as my best whatever team out on an handful of times this season, and that's what's killing us. And we're hopefully got some positives. We're hopeful that Powley and Arjani Martha and Dan Gore will be back next week to add to what bench I had today, and then look, that's no disrespect to anybody within this squad. I trust them implicitly to go out there and play a game of football, but fundamentally you need your best players on the pitch, and we haven't had that consistently.
Was that change, the triple change at half time, were you planning to make that anyway?
Yeah, I'm trying to manage people back a little bit quicker than I'd obviously like. Marvin Coletta started, he arguably shouldn't have done. But then, look, there's a good group in there, and there's a group who want to give everything for this football club. And look, Tuesday night were unacceptable. The level of performance, the level of commitment, the effort, and I've made them fully aware of that. And look, like the fans behind the goal after the game, the players, we all need to come together. And I'm fed up of saying the same thing. I understand it. We have to give them something to get behind, but I hope they appreciate that. Look, when we get his team back out there, we're a good team.
In terms of Harry's debut, you kind of touched on it there. I mean, that was a particularly physical game out there for him, and you know, not so much time on the ball that he would have liked. But like you say, big first moment for him.
Yeah, and I thought he did well with Jordan. And look, Jordan's running a little bit on empty. And then obviously we bring Sam on. He hits the post both times, looks a threat. It makes us stretch the game a bit more, which then will allow H to pick up them pockets. And that's obviously why we brought him in. We need to do more business. We need players, we need quality players, we need players who are going to make an impact, we need players who want to be at this football club. I'm hopeful we can do that, but look, we just need to wait and see. It's a difficult climate at the minute for us. But I'm trying to work on every which way I can to try and free some funds up to strengthen this squad.
And it's good to have a player that's come here because he had it from you that he is going to be playing a lot of games, and you've straight away given him 90 minutes.
Yeah, look, we've done unbelievably well, first and foremost, to get H. He's a great lad, he's a good character, he's going to have an amazing career. This loan will only benefit him, and he had a number of clubs looking at him, and I think he's chosen us because he knows what we're capable of doing, and he's seen opportunities we've created. And I'm sure he'll get goals, I'm sure he'll flourish with Sam, and then Jordan then can come in as and when we need a bit more physical prowess, but we also need another one. I need strength and depth everywhere, and that's what we're trying to do. But as I've just previously said, it's difficult.
You touched on Marvin's return. Do we know what was going on with his injury there? Is that a recurrence?
Just a bit of cramp, and I think, look, ideally I wanted him to play him in half. I just thought he'd give us that little bit of a cutting edge as the second goal kind of you saw that. He drove through the middle, played it wide, Shawnee put it through, and yeah, they're the ones when the players I've got, the team I've got, that's how I want to play. I want us to have pace and power. I want us to go and explode into situations, and I ain't had that luxury, and that's been frustrating for me. It's been frustrating for the fans. But I'm fully confident we'll get out of this mess we're in, and we just need a point. We need 3 points, and like I've said, look, I've had a number of letters saying, well, that were a wrong decision. I'll not go into too much detail, but no doubt I'll be getting another one Monday.
And I know you're tired of saying the same things after these results, but ultimately it's been a very congested period. You've really struggled with injuries. And then you've had a fortnight off almost from the league. So does it feel like now there might be a moment here to have that, more regular game time, a bit more momentum, and maybe some more people through the door this week?
Yeah, but we need strength. We need some players to come in. You've seen H today. Just look, signings make impacts in different ways. So obviously, look, Harry Gray is a tremendous player. I've spoken enough about him already, but he comes in with no baggage, no experience of this run, and we need a couple of players more who have that, who bring something different, add to what we've got, get the ones back we've got. But look, nobody can tell me today that if we didn't have Dango, Joe Powell, all the rest of them out there today, it'd have been a different scenario. And look, Stockport are a really, really good team. They've got really good manager, really good support. I should know more than anybody I played here. And I wish the club nothing but success, because there's some really, really good people here. They've obviously invested, they've backed the team, they've backed the manager, and I thought you saw a Rotherham United team that have took them all the way today. And on another day would have won that game, but I keep saying the same things, and that's what's frustrating me.
And you're hopeful of players coming back for next week? Are you hopeful of anyone in by that time? I know it's hard to say.
That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I'm working 24/7 round the clock. And yeah, we need a bit of backing to go out and do it. And look, I know I'll get that. I'm sure the chairman will do that. We had a good conversation yesterday. And let's watch this space. Like, we're all trying to improve the group of players and the squad of players we've got. And I think now is obviously the time to do it. I knew this job were going to take 2 or 3 wins, as I said openly. I also appreciate the fact that look, the club have been good with me. There's not many managers who'd have this run of defeats and still be stood in front of you talking to you. So that support means the world to me. But I want to give these fans something back. These have stuck by me. Majority of fans have been excellent with me, and I can't thank them enough, because it's tough. I wake up every morning thinking about it. That's when I sleep. It means the world to me, and sometimes that can be a negative, but I see it as a positive. Where there's plenty of light at the end of the tunnel. We've just got to get there a bit quicker.
And just last question, do you feel like the players share that? I mean, obviously you care about this club more than anyone, but do you feel that emanating from the players?
All you can do as a manager is try and implement that and resound that around the group. And if they don't, they won't be here. And look, I've openly said that to them in changing room. Tuesday were unacceptable. However, they're the levels of commitment. Look, there's tactically things that are wrong, but I'd be stood in front of your ear if we weren't saying there's tactically things that are wrong. But the effort, the commitment, the desire, the work rate should be there, and it hasn't been previously. And look, it's been difficult because I've had to rely on some players who probably do need to move out of here. That's the truth. I think they've come to the end of their Rotherham United phase, but that's been difficult, and we need those funds to reinvest in the team.